from the Battlehammer. Parker's off filming other stuff, so you've just got me, and this has just arrived. So we're going to do, thanks to the wonderful people at our local games shop, Wild Storm Games, we're going to do a quick and crafty unboxing for you. Yes, it's the Warcry starter set, the new thing from Games Workshop. First thing I've noticed is the box is heavy, and it's also a thick old bugger as well. And just looking at the back, you can see it's typical Games Workshop, as in full of lovely, lovely stuff. Now, I've made a point of, heard Warcry was coming out, and made a point of keeping completely away from it so you get a complete unbiased look at what's in here. I know nothing about it, and that's the way I wanted to keep it, so I don't feel spoiled. So, if you're ready, I'm ready, and nobody else is ready, I'm going to pause it, move the camera in, and we'll get into this box of goodness. So, join me in a moment. Right then, so we are back, and here is said box. So, as you can see, it's a heavy old box. I'm beginning to wonder, you know, if it's the same regular size as all of the others. I don't know. So, what are you getting here then? Well, you get everything you need to play, obviously, because it's Games Workshop. 160 page rule book, 4-page quick starter guide, folding game boards, 20 fighter cards, 4 ability cards, 36 terrain cards, 36 deployment cards, 36 victory cards, 36 twist cards. I get the feeling 36 is an important number, but that might just be me. 18 dice, range ruler, tokens, ruined city terrain. That's the one thing that I saw that I liked the look of straight away, was the terrain. 29 Citadel miniatures, so you get an Iron Golem warband, the Untamed Beast warbands, and something I noticed, Chaotic Beasts. You get 6 Furies and 6 Raptorks thingy-me-jiggies. Might have to get my glasses because I can't actually read anything. Hey, Raptorix, whatever they are. So, rival warbands battle for territory and influence amongst the chaos-corrupted wastes of the 8 points. Obviously, it's Age of Sigmar. Again, it's another thing that I haven't really looked at, which is the Sigmar thing. I've just bought my first army for it, which are the Daughters of Cain, so you might even get to see me doing some of that soon. So here we go. Holy moly. Okay, so as usual, it's Games Workshop. And you know what Games Workshop means when you open the box. The minute you open a box, you're bombarded, literally bombarded with miniatures. And I'll tell thee what, these are pretty, let's move that out of the way so you see that? Yeah. These are pretty bloody sexy, I'll have you know. These are kind of the way you've always wanted your Chaos Marauders to look. Big, beefy, lots of snarliness, and not many obvious chaos marks or anything. They've got a couple of the little chaos pointy stars, but aside from that, not much. And here we go, these are the Iron Golem chaps. That looks like a dwarf to me. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a Chaos Dwarfy blokey. Who knows? Kind of Nurgle-esque look to some of these, for example him. But again, as usual, the detail is very, very crisp, very, very pretty. And even that chain there, that ball and chain, looks like it might not snap straight away, which is, again, always a bonus. So, people, and a big beastie there. So, sprues and ooh, oh hello, these winged furies. See, furies, how long has it been since we've, as Chaos players, have wanted Chaos Furies in any of our 40k or other forces? All the time you say, well yes. Well now if you just rush out and buy this, you can have them. And they look really sexy. So it's obviously, there's your 2 warbands and your little beasties that you run around with. That's one pile of stuff. Then Oh. Oh. Spiky Chaos Scenery. Now, as much as I hate to say it, that looks quite nice. I like already the spare skeletons you get that you can just throw around on your scenery. You know why? Because you can never have too many corpses. Never have too many corpses. Corpses are a good thing. Shut up, you. No one cares what you think. So then you get the scenery itself. Again, it's the good, solid plastics that they do. And again, very nicely detailed. That's very, very almost 40k-ish, isn't it? You're telling me that you can't use this in 40k, I'll be calling you a liar. Because that is very, very much like a... but then again, it's Sigma, isn't it? And Sigma Marines and all of that, they're all very similar, aren't they? So there's all of your... majority of your scenery. Again, oh, the bell. Nice big... Oh, and I've wanted bits like this for other projects for so long. And now you can have them. And again, bodies. There's so many of them. I wonder if they're objective markers, or would that just be me being too clever? Again, more lovely bits of scenery. And again, that's the thing that you can use with, you can do with 40k or Age of Sigmar. You can sort of mix bits of the scenery, because this could be an old monastery or something on some backward medieval planet that's been smashed up. And then of course there's this sort of statue thing with a watchtowery bit on it, which I think is really nice. And these pointy shardy bits look like the other piece of scenery that they brought out all that while ago, those spiky bits for 40k. Not the strangle things, the other one. That's a bit of cardboard. With a pretty picture, well, I say pretty, with a pretty picture on the back. You know, who doesn't want a pretty picture? So, let's just move these out of the way, because that is your terrain. So you've got your board. I'm pretty sure the guys in the shop won't mind if I open this up for you. If they do, I'll just tell them Parker did it. But then they'll say, hey, Parker wasn't there. I'll say, prove it. And they'll say, well, we've watched the video and he wasn't there. And I'm like, oh, foiled again, damn. So, tokens, probably wound tokens. Yeah, they're nice, you know. Tokens, what do you expect? Now. A double-sided thingamajiggo. See, are they trying to, like, pretend this is a board game? Because, you know, Kill Team and this now have all of these boards. Don't get me wrong, I like the boards. It cuts down your play area, which is always a good bloody thing. And because it's a skirmish game, I think that works better as well. You don't need to set up your huge table and everything. Again, nice and solid. You just play on your board, which is always a good thing. Right, so what else do we get in this box of doom? So, deployment cards, twist cards, and I've just noticed that these are in packs. Actual cardboard packy-pack things. That's awesome. I presume this is your little stat card. So just looking at it and not knowing anything about it, I would say that's the point cost, possibly. That's their affiliation, maybe. I'd say that's move. Health, probably. Attack, probably does some stuff. Makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Again, battlefield cards. Again, another deck. Then another Warcry victory cards. Victory is mine. Yeah, I'm feeling a very Conan-esque feel coming on already. Dun 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 dun. Oh, there's even a book which you can scan to get a free sample of. Always wonderful. So, yeah, there's your chaotic beasts. So you can see like the raptor is like a kind of weirdy cross between a chaos hound and a chicken. And the fury, I think the furies are beautiful. And if I'm right in thinking... dice. Now, I was expecting them to have lots of symbols on, but they don't, which is interesting. Because a lot of symbols are creeping up on these. Now, I thought they might have had special dice for them, but obviously they don't, so... Spine Crushing Blow. Add the value of this ability to the strength characteristic of the next attack action made by this fighter. So, yeah, I think from what I'm feeling, I'm feeling kill team, but for Age of Sigmar. And as usual, at the bottom of the box, there's all your bases, your little range counter, and which I'm liking even more of these days, a whole bunch of little bags. Well done, James Workshop. Well done indeed. So that brings you to the crux of the matter, which is the book. I didn't open it, Parker did. It was already open, not me, Gov. You can't prove anything. You can't tell me what to do. You're not my mother. Oh, yes, I am. So, okay, now that's interesting. You've got your painting guide, which they always do, bless them, which is always handy. But haven't the paints all changed now, guys? Just saying. And the word I'm looking for is, yes, they have all changed. But look how pretty some of these. I mean, it's typical Games Workshop, isn't it? The weapons are all OTT. But that's a really nice looking model. And the Furies. It's a mutant chicken. So this is your assembly guide. So you've got your iron golems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 members in a team, or a faction, or a war band, whatever you want to call it. There's all your scenery when it's all put together. Oh, that's a cracking set. Ah, that's what your skeletons are for. You can put them onto the spikes. No, I will not be doing that. I will be throwing them around the battlefield for the hell of it. So, there's your assembly guide. There's a lot of bits in there, isn't there? Lots of bits. Then there's your bods. Boop, boop, boop. Standard bearers, the usual chaps. He's a bit of a meaty bugger with his spiky old spear and great big clubby clubbo. Yeah, Raptorix. Yeah, they're kind of weird. Kind of like them though. So of course the next question will will they bring all these new little chaos factions into Age of Sigmar, or will they? Oh, look at them! Oh, look at them! Whoa. Or will it just be a standard sort of standalone game? Don't know, but there's your... I mean, that's really pretty. I like that. Very pretty. And then you can mix and match your ruins. See, thing is, would you magnetise them though? Or just build little corner sections so you can keep changing it about? Depends, I suppose. So then you've got, as usual, what's in the bags? What's in the bags? Gwyneth Paltrow's head. Getting started with your warband. What you will need. You'll need a few bits there. Setting up the battle. Yeah, it doesn't look complex. Attacking. Ranged icon. Strengths. Blah, blah, blah. So strength will be 5. Okay, yeah. Again, I do like it when that's your rules. That's it. Just read that while someone's quickly gluing the figures together and crack on with it, eh? Just crack on. Hero phase, reserve, combat, wild dice. Oh, that's interesting. Hero phase, that sounds very much like Age of Sigmar though, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Stop it. And then there's your rule book, which to me literally is Kill team. Rival warbands battle for territory, blah 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 blah. Regardless of the goals, each warband faces a nightmarish struggle for survival. They must slaughter their rivals, stake their claim for territory across the 8 points, and spread their influence across the land. Blades will crash, spears will fly, and the ground will be soaked with the blood of the slain. But only the mightiest of warriors will triumph. Yeah, so that's not hate at all, is it? I think someone played hate and enjoyed it way too much and decided to do something very similar. However, that's just me. Campaign progress tracker, fighters, destinies, tournament roster. Okay, nice. Twist cards. So, for example, just going to read one out at random here. Here we go. No respite. 2 warbands have stalked one another for many long days. Now they finally meet in open battle, and no quarter will be expected nor given. Fighters cannot use the respite ability this battle. Well, that's probably really useful if you know what that spell is, but I don't, so no. Deployment, that's interesting. Deployment cards, that's an interesting idea. Battle plan generator. So you've got the cards and the terrain. The cards show you how to set up your terrain. Oh, Doors of Cain, thank you. You have to excuse me for a minute because they're my new girls. Blah, 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 blah. Awesome, that's made me happy. So these are the other factions that you can use in this. So you've got the Bone Splitters, the Daughters of Cain, Iron Jaws, Flesh Eater Courts, Gloom Spike Gits, the Odeneth Deepkin, Legions of Nagash, Stormcast Eternals, Nighthaunt Spire Tyrants, Scions of the Flame, Splintered Fang, I don't know what half of these are. Oh, the Unmade, the Cypher Lords, these are the actual Chaos ones, aren't they? Corvus Cabal, the Untamed Beasts, and the Iron Golems. So, yeah, there's bits for giving you each of your players names, what their origin was, leader, favoured warrior backgrounds. It's very much a cross between Kill Team, maybe a little bit of Mordheim kind of stuck in there, because we do miss Mordheim. This looks like a whole campaign little thing. It is, it's a campaign, that's nice. Don't get that very often in games these days. So it's all about your territories and how you can control them and what you can get out of your territories. Various different... These must be the 8 points. Oh, see, I'm clever. Path of the Flayed Prince. Ew, there's a lot in here. A lot of different territories that you can mess around with, which is always good. Tournaments. Blah, blah. Playing a campaign. Narrative play. Yeah. Bringing your boys to the table. That's what we want. See, there's a little pic there of some of the other factions. Those ones are the Unmade. They're the weird. They are really nut jobs. They are. They like cut pieces of themselves off. Freaks. Open play. Rune marks. These are all symbols that appear on fighter cards and govern which weapons and abilities the warriors can use in battle. That's nice, but I would like that on a separate sheet. But that's just... Oh, the Corvus Cabal Spire Stalker. He's quite nice. But that's just my own personal preference. I like to have cheat sheets and things like that. I find very easy and always very, very handy to have. Again, how to play the game. So you're moving and everything. Was that it? Was that the rules? Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot to it, is there? Which I think is a good thing, because it means you can get playing straight away. So here we go. Here's the stuff about the thing. So you've got the picture, faction rune mark. I was right. Move characteristic. Yes, I was. 4 is a toughness. Yeah, thought about that. Wounds, points value. Yay, look at me. 7 is the fighter's first weapon. So in his case, it's a mace. Range characteristic, attack strength, damage, and then second weapon. So that would be your stats for the weapon. Rune marks, which is abilities you can use, I presume, and a divider card. No idea what that is. Don't ask me. I'm irrelevant. Tokens. And then, as I said, this is what the bit we always grab the rulebook for, isn't it? This is what we go through the rulebook for. So the unmade. Oh, the blissful one. I wouldn't say it's very blissful. You've cut off your arms and your legs and your face. There. Okay, they're a bit messed up. The splintered fang. Very serpent. Use lots of serpents and poisons, I gather, from looking at that. Corvus Cabal. I quite like those. I do quite like those. The Cipher Lords. Oh, they're very tzinchy, aren't they? I don't like the pose on that one, though. Very tzinchy, so yes. Untamed Beasts. Yeah, well, they look sexy. They're in the box, so. And the Iron Golem. Ooh. Very nice. And then there's always the nice bit of the little bit of fluff, isn't there? And oh, that's nice. Then there's a little map of the area as well. I like stuff like that. It's stuff like that that always sells a game to me, because there's no point in playing all of these games if you haven't got a story behind them. The Killing Grounds. The Call of the Ever-Chosen. So, yeah. Everything you need in one box. So basically, it's fantasy version of Kill Team that looks a little bit sexier, I must admit. Wasn't quite expecting it to look that sexy. Will we get it? Will we be playing it? Of course we bloody will. Come on, you know me and Porky. Of course, the only trouble is we're going to have to sell his remaining liver to get hold of the game, which I don't think many people are going to actually pay for, but you know, what the hell. So remember, this is, that's all your scenery plastics. I'm not saying there's a lot there, but I'm not going to shut the bloody box. There's a lot there. And then your 2 warbands and your spare beasties, which I think is nice, being having some extra beasties into a game. I always like that idea, because it's normally just one warband or the other warband, but if there's some random beasties running around causing havoc, or should I say causing chaos, no, then that's got to be a good thing, surely. This is the question, does it all go back in the box when I shove the lid on and stamp on it? Oh, oh, oh. Yes, it does. Warcry by Games Workshop. A game for all the family. Well, not really a game for all the family. But it's new, it comes out, it's on pre-order this weekend. It goes on for general release next weekend. I don't know how much it's going to be, but don't expect it to be cheap. No doubt your local games shops will be able to do deals for you, because there's this coming out. There's also the core book separately. Then there are the faction cards for the other factions. For example, the Daughters of Cain and the Iron Blokes and the Thingamajigs and the Who-Habs. All of the, I think there's 8 other factions that are in the book that you can use, but the cards are separate for. And I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of scenery and other bits and pieces brought out for it, because it's what they do. I quite like the look of it. I didn't want to say that. But yeah, it looks kind of sexy. It does look sexy. I'm actually looking forward to playing it. I think the boys will be playing it down the shop at the weekend. So I might have to take a little stroll down there and have a little look-see. But if not, then I'm going to have to wait till next week when I get my grubby hands on a set and build it and play it. So expect some of that coming on the channel soon. So there you go. That is Warcry. Let's see you Warcry. So until next time, guys, you know all the usual things to do. It's all up there in the doobly-doo and down there in the wobbly-wob. But till then, make sure you all stay safe, stay hammered, and stay war-crying and hurting things. But more importantly, you know, leave a comment in the comment box below. And if you enjoyed that, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you liked it, want to subscribe. If you don't like it and don't want to subscribe, then you don't have to like and subscribe. But we would like it if you liked and subscribed. And until next time, stay hammered.